Somewhere between potty training and empty nesting, my desires got filed away in the same mental drawer as my hobbies, my dreams, and that novel I swore I'd read when things slowed down. Spoiler alert, things never slow down. Listen, I need to confess something. For the first 40 something years of motherhood, if you'd asked me, "What do you want?" I would have stared at you and just looked at you like you asked me to solve a calculus problem in Latin backwards. What do I want? I want my kids to be okay. I want everyone to get along. I want to make sure nobody's eating ramen for the fifth night in a row because they forgot to grocery shop again. See what I did there? When answering a question about me, I somehow made it about them. Somewhere between potty training and empty nesting, my desires got filed away in the same mental drawer as my hobbies, my dreams, and that novel I swore I'd read when things slowed down. Spoiler alert, things never slow down. You have to make them slow down. And here's a plot twist nobody tells you. When I finally started making myself a priority, when I stopped living on everyone else's emotional scraps, I lost over 100 pounds. Yeah, you heard that right. Turns out, when you stop carrying everyone else's weight, you can finally shed your own. My jeans now, smaller than pre baby, and my life, bigger than I ever imagined it could be. So, no, I'm not telling you to throw out those jeans. I'm telling you it's time to reclaim you. And you might be shocked at what becomes possible when you finally do. Now, if we're being honest, and after running away to a hotel at 60, I'm all about honesty. Most of our mom decisions weren't driven by love. They were driven by fear. Yep, I said it, the F word. Fear that our kids might tank their credit score before they're 25. Fear that if we stop managing everything, it'll all fall apart like a Pinterest fail. Fear that one wrong move and we've doomed them for life. Thanks, internet articles. Fear is sneaky, y'all. It shows up wearing the world's best mom apron and convinces us it's love. But real talk, fear leaves us lying awake at 2 a.m. wondering if we should text our 30-year-old about a job interview. The answer is no. Put the phone down. Go back to sleep. Here's what hit me like a ton of bricks during my hotel getaway. Philippians 4:6-7 says, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation by prayer and petition with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Jesus Christ." Did you catch that? Do not be anxious about anything. Not, don't be anxious except when it comes to your kids. Not, worry is fine if you're a mom. That's just what good mothers do. Anything that includes your adult children's questionable life choices, their dating decisions, and yes, even their dietary habits, we have to let them deal with it and stop worrying about it. So here's where we need to pause and do some hard reflection work. And I know reflection sounds about as fun as a root canal, but stick with me. We can't just snap our fingers and undo decades of fear-based mothering. We've got to sit down with God and ask ourselves the tough questions. When did fear become my co-pilot? Where did I start believing that if I wasn't worrying about them, I wasn't loving them? For me, it started way back in that house with no back door, where I learned that safety was something you had to create yourself, that nobody was coming to fix things, so you better figure it out. I carried that lesson right into motherhood, and for 40 plus years, I tried to be the door, the lock, the security system, and the armed guards for my kids. Exhausting doesn't even begin to cover it. Here's what I want you to try today. And yes, this is going to feel weird at first. Picture every single worry you're carrying about your adult children, all the what ifs, the late night spirals, the constant checking the phone to make sure they're okay. Got it? Good. Now imagine taking all of that. Yes, all of it. and handing it directly to God. Not just setting it down gently. I'm talking full on, here, you take this, I'm done style. Because here's the truth that took me 6 decades to figure out. Your children don't need a mom who's running on fumes and French fries. Though let's be honest, sometimes that's a perfectly acceptable dinner. They need a mom who's whole, joyful, and trusting God with both their future and her own. This is your permission slip, Mama. You don't have to earn it. You don't have to wait until they're settled. You don't need approval. So, if you would, for me, grab your journal or your phone notes app or the back of junk email envelope. I'm not picky. And spend a few minutes with these. When did fear start calling the shots in my motherhood? Be specific. Was it when they learned to drive? When they moved out? When they posted that questionable photo on Instagram? What am I still white knuckling today that I know is too heavy for me, but definitely not too heavy for God? He literally holds the universe together. What would my life actually look like truly trusting God with my kids? Dream big here. What would you do with all that freed up mental space? Write it out. Pray this simple prayer. Lord, I'm handing you this bag of worry that I've been lugging around like it's my carry-on for life. I trust you with my children. I trust you with me. Teach me to give you my fears daily and help me stop taking them back 5 minutes later. Amen. Because, Mama, this really is a new chapter. Spoiler alert, it's a good one. Because guess what? It's your time now. Before you go, if this conversation resonated and you found yourself thinking, that's me, I did create a gentle over-responsibility check. It's just a quiet way to notice what you might be carrying. No fixing, no pressure. You'll find the link in the show notes if you want a place to start.